otherwise was fun. But ultimately, it ended in failure. This time around, I want to win. So on a budget of only $25 per week, we're going to build a competitive PK deck that can not only beat content creators, but also top locals and take on regionals when they return. Join me on this journey to become the next king of games. This is Sealed Only Yu-Gi-Oh! Road to Kingship. Welcome back everyone to Sealed Only Road to Kingship, and I'm in a good mood. Last week we actually won a match against a competent deck. Like, Magical Muskets isn't tier 1, but it's like a real deck, not like a kitchen table pile thing. It's not a sealed only deck. So that's very exciting. We also finished our second challenge last week, which means we're one challenge away from getting an Ulti Dark Rebellion Xyz Dragon to our deck, which I'm very excited for because I love playing with high rarity cards. This week we start our journey into the Megatins, for real this time, not just like one Megatin then pausing for getting the the legendary hero decks. Now we're really in the thick of it. We want Torn Skills, we want Raiders Night, we just want everything out of these tins. These tins are what stand between us and having a competitive deck. So I'm excited to open them, you could say, because they'll add a real power boost if we pull what we're looking for. This week our challenge comes from our boy Chew the Whoop, where he wants us to swing for a game using a Raid Raptor monster. Now we're down to just the Strangulaniuses and the Raider's Wing, but maybe we could do it with the Strangulaniuses. Raider's Wing has 0 attack. If we pull a Raiders Night, we could also use that because technically that's a Raid Raptor monster as well, so if we pull that, maybe. As always, I've got a beg, I've got a plead. Subscribe to the channel, give us some likes. We are so close to 250 subscribers. I can almost taste it. And once we hit that, it's going to be on the road to 500. And once we're on the road to 500, it'll be the road to 1,000, then 1,000,000, and then whatever amount we want because, yeah. Anyways, subscribe to the channel, and once you subscribe, you can finally just skip over me begging you to subscribe. That's the trade-off. Finally, of course, check out my other content. This week I posted a really cool episode of the Structure Deck Spin Down, and I think you'll enjoy it a lot. So make sure to give it a watch, give it a try out, because I do make stuff other than sealed only, and it would really warm my heart if you would give it a chance. With all that out of the way, let's get into the pack opening. Alright, week 10, finally in the double digits, and we're back with a tin. 10, it rhymes, see? Ugh. Now, if you remember the last time we opened one of these tins, we pulled pretty well. We got a Nadir Servant, which is kind of rad. We got our Arc Rebellion, and we got our Rank Up Magic. Now this time, I really hope the tin blesses us with a Torn Skills, because, again, it's the card we need the most. It is my White Whale this series. It is my, what's the word? It's my alternative of the series. So let's pull all three right in this tin, okay? Let's pull all three in this tin. Anyway, we're starting off with the one, the only Melffy Caddy, Squeak Knight, Dogmaticism, Buzzsaw Shark. I think we got Lantern Shark last time, so hey, that will go with it. We want the Dice Die, Rasen Ryu, Infernoble Arms Durandal is our first super, followed by Adamancipator Seeker. Oh, poor Adamancipators. Ooh, Nyan Nyan in Secret, that's an upgrade. Ooh, Gearsu. Sorry, Chew. Sorry. I pulled it before you did. And Researcher. Hey, more Adamancipators. And Sales Pitch with nothing else we really want in here. Well, that's okay. At least we can, gloat to our friend that we pulled the card they wanted, I guess? That's not very nice, is it? I don't know. Anyway, we got the Dark Lord, Rain Guy, Goki Ironclaw, Learning Device, Melffy Hide and Seek, Tie Strike, Shiny Black Sea Squatter, Delta Atlas, Dogmatica Ashion, Virtual World Gigi, and there he is! Torn Scales, we got him. One down, and hey, Rank Up Magic to go with it. One down, 3 to go, 2 to go. Oh, that's perfect. That's exactly what I needed. Now just give me a Raiders Night in the rare slot. Just give me a Raiders Night in the rare slot and I'll be a happy boy. See, Uvaloop, Nurgle, Haute Claire, Alumeris, Adamancipator Signs, a lot of Adamancipator stuff, Kaios, Nexus, and Raiders Night in the back. Oh, this is the opening we wanted. And hey, we got a Croco Drag in the back. Maybe we can do something with all those virtual worlds we pulled. But yeah, I'd call this week a success. I'd say this is a success. Wouldn't you? Yeah, alright, let's go to the deck, because there's going to be a lot of stuff changing around now. Well, this was probably the best pull we could have gotten for the deck. We got ourselves the Torn Scales, the best card in any PK deck. So for all of you who don't know, Torn Scales is the best starter and extender in this deck. So when you normal summon him, you can discard a card to send a card to the graveyard. Very good, gets all your PKs into the graveyard, gets rid of dead cards in your hand. Then when you banish a PK while this card's in your graveyard, you special summon it to the field. So it's also an extender, just such an amazing card. It's 3, does everything you'd ever want. He's important because now we can start making a lot of our Xyz monsters without forcing ourselves to have Boots trapped under them. Because a lot of times, if you notice, Boots is trapped under our Dark Rebellion Xyz Dragon, meaning we couldn't banish it to get the rank up magics, and instead we were just forced to pass on turn 1 on a Dark Rebellion, which isn't great. Another great thing about Torn Scales is that I can pitch our new Prismatic Nyan Nyan off of it to get her in the graveyard as well. That's one of the best ways to get her in the graveyard, and then you can go through your rank 3 plays once you're done with all of your link plays. As for our extra deck, we now have the Raiders Knight, so this is probably the second best 4 we can make after the Dark Rebellion, because that goes into Dark Requiem. This card right here will allow us to go into Arc Rebellion, which is great because it also activates Arc Rebellion's effect of being unable to be destroyed by battle or card effects while I have a Dark Xyz under it. Just a very powerful card. It's even 2,000 attack by itself, so if I get trapped with it on the field, it gets a job done. But yeah, so I think that's been very substantial changes to our deck. It's going to really, really bring us into the forefront and give us some chance to be competitive with everyone else. Alright, let's go see how Locals goes. Wow, double-digit episodes, and to celebrate this momentous occasion, we're going second against At Imposter. We start by normal summoning Greaves, and special summoning Kagemucha. We then link off into Bardiche as our 4th summon. Awesome. We use its effect to dump Boots instead of Fogblade. Then we banish Boots to get another Fogblade to hand. We set 2 more cards and pass. They start by summoning the Yellow Crewmate. We attempt to chalice it, and they respond with Forbidden Droplet. They do their Amogus combos through our 2 Fogblades and manage to make an access code Cocker. They use the access code to pop our Bardiche. They attempt to attack, and we banish a Fogblade to bring back Greaves, which saves us from death. They set 1 more and pass. We banish our Fogblade to bring back our Bardiche. We attempt to use its effect, but it's negated with droplets. So all we can do is set 2 more cards and we pass the turn. They use their access code to chew through our board and pop all of our stuff. And after that, they attack for game. For game 2, we go first. We get to summon our Armageddon Knight. Sadly, they have the Imperm and then negate our effects. So all we can do is set 3 and pass. Our opponent hits us with the Lightning Storm, destroying all of our back row. Not necessarily bad when we have a Fogblade set, but it's not the best. We use the gloves and our Armageddon Knight to link into Pentastag. Sadly, get hit with the Lancia, so all we can do is hit for some damage and pass off. Our opponent is able to Amogus combo into an access code talker, yet again. They pop our Staggy Boy, and then when they attempt to battle, we bring back our red gloves to prevent certain doom. Sadly though, we have to surrender because we couldn't draw any card of value. So let's see if I can get an ulti today.
I forgot about the ulti aspect. I was psyched. He usually puts it in front of me. I was like, where is it?
Except the other game when I
I think this is the 3rd power bond. For match 2, we're going first against Synchron. And let me tell you, going fast does not make me feel alive. We are able to link into a Pentastag and a Kagemucha into our Bardiche. Then we dump our shiny new Torn Scales instead of Fogblade. We banish Boots for Fogblade, and this is where I misplay. I should have gotten a Rum, but at the time I wasn't sure if I could combo into Dark Requiem, so I thought the second Fogblade would help. We're able to get out our Raiders Knight and we use it to make an Arc Rebellion, another shiny new toy. Then we pass while forgetting to set the Fogblade that we searched. I'm just going to gloss over this a bit, but our opponent is able to combo into a Crystal Wing, Hyper Librarian, Omega, Chaos Ruler, and a hot red Dragon Archfiend. If only Yusei was this good at dueling. To prevent ourselves from dying, we use Fogblade to bring back our Boots and our Torn Scales. He kills the Torn Scales, he synchros 1 more time into Fleur, pops our boy and passes to us. Sadly, we just have to surrender as we can't do anything. Game 2, we start off strong, be able to make Bardiche in under 5 summons. However, he responds with Phantasme and gets to draw some cards. It's off screen here, but he changed Lancia to the resolution of Phantasme, stopping our plays. You use Bardiche to send Torn Scales and set a Fogblade. After that, we pass. On their turn, they're able to make Baron, Chaos Ruler, Omega, and Librarian and swing for game.
Yo, what up? We back here. Back here. What up, everybody?
Okay, perfect. That's going in.
You need to smash that like button. Subscribe. Subscribe in 5 minutes or your whole family will burn.
That works too.
Match 3, hoping for some redemption here. We get to go first against our boy with the birds. We open up the God Hand and combo into Bardiche with a PK still on the board. Sadly, he imperms our Bardiche before we can activate its effect. After that, all we can do is set one and pass. Their turn, they bird combo into a Kairos, but when they attempt to activate the effect, we hit them with the Fog Blade. After that, all they can do is pass. On our turn, we combo into a Dark Requiem because we don't quite have enough damage to kill our opponent this turn. We then hit them for a whopping 1500 damage with our boys, and we pass. Our opponent asks to scoop on their turn, but we force them to play it out because I want to finish my challenges. Sadly, because of my negations, all they can do is set a card and pass. On our turn, we bring back our Break Sword and we swing into our opponent for game. Game 2, and our opponent goes first this time. They do bird stuff and they get out their Kairos. This time we don't have any interruptions, so they're able to get out a Farigite as well. After some birdie blues, our opponent sets one, ends on a Farigite, Kairos, Recital Starling, and a Cobalt Sparrow. On our turn, we are yet again able to make Bardiche in under 5 summons, which is rad. We use its effect to dump a Torn Scales instead of Fogblade. We get to get out our Break Sword and attempt to pop his back row. Unfortunately, they chain it, banishing our Fogblade. We continue our combos and we make Arc Rebellion. We use the effect of Arc Rebellion to gain the attack of all monsters on the field, then we hit for quite a substantial amount. We banish our boots to add a Fogblade to our hand, and after that we set 2 more and pass. On their turn, our opponent's able to make a 3-material assembled Nightingale, which is alarming. He moves to battle and he attacks us directly 3 times. Next, they make a 4-material Zeus, and I'm quite scared at this moment. He uses his Zeus to wipe the field, and we chain Fogblade. He chains Zeus, but we chain our Forbidden Chalice, saving our board. On our turn, we make a Break Sword in Bardiche's zone to pop Zeus. Then we use Strangolanius' effect to revive himself and swing for game with the Strangolanius, accomplishing our challenge. Final game of the night, we go against VW, and this was a super fun set of games. I unfortunately do not have the time to edit them now. Just know that I overextended it into a Nibiru Game 3, and I lost. I consider this week a roaring success. We won a match, we accomplished our challenges, so now we get to have the Ultimate Rare Dark Rebellion Xyz Dragon in our deck next week, and we pulled our first of 3 Torn Scales, and that's so exciting. This was quite the episode. We accomplished so much, and we got so much done. I'm elated. As for next week, we're going to be opening more Megatons in hopes of getting more Torn Scales. I know, we can't stop at 1. It's like fries, you can never stop at 1. But once we got the 3, or at least a number that I'm comfortable with, we're going to start going after Cherubini and Apollosa as well. I hope you all will continue to join me on this journey. Better hit that like and subscribe button, leave a comment down below if you're feeling so inclined, and join my Discord if you want to. With that, it was a pleasure having you, as always, and I'll see you again next week.